Okay, so a quick follow-up video, just to make a point here for people as to how bookmakers are making money in 2020, and how it's really quite wrong as well. So in previous videos, there was a bit of a kerfuffle. You'll see them on the YouTube channel, but I've had accounts close very quickly when I've made what I would consider a small amount of money in a short amount of time from those accounts. But a lot of people have said as well, look, you're a professional Betfair trader. You're on the internet. People know who you are, and there's a good chance that your accounts have just closed because of your name. I don't really believe it. I believe the fact that the reality is how bookmakers make money now is because they're not actually really bookmakers anymore. They're kind of like a mixture of marketing companies with a technological aspect to them in terms of algorithms. So for anyone who hasn't seen the other videos, very quickly, basically what happens is you sign up, they start building up a digital profile of you. If your betting behaviour expresses somebody who gambles and behaves erratically, maybe a bit less responsibly, takes very bad value, doesn't know what they're doing, then they will increase your limits, encourage you to bet more, give you more free rein. They will make very little effort to stop you doing what you're doing and basically handing all your money over to them. Now that's would be kind of fair enough, but it's not a level playing field, because then when you get people who sign up who do know what they're doing, like myself, place bets at good value, they understand the market, they understand what's happening, they know where to bet to make money, that profile is being built up on them too, and so very quickly you are stopped, restricted to £1 bets or something similar around about there, effectively leaving you no option but to leave. So they're basically kicking you out. So they're constantly marketing all this stuff which they don't provide. So they're basically saying, you can win, come and be smart and all this sort of stuff, and all that sort of advertising like that. And then when you turn up, they assess very quickly using digital algorithms what you're like as a bettor or your behaviour. If you win, you're out the door. And if you don't, you're encouraged to stay and play and burn and go to the casino, etc., etc. Effectively meaning that nobody can win using these firms. It's wrong. They're just legally extorting money from people, really, in my personal opinion. So to prove that it wasn't because of my name, last week had a friend in the office come to visit, and they opened up a betting account with the well-known firm Bet365. One that historically I've covered myself on the blog. We'll put a link in the description below. I took a certain amount of money from them and they closed me and made me leave. But anyway, they thought, look, we'll open up an account, we're doing an experiment. I didn't place any of the bets, it's not my money, none of that kind of stuff. But I sat here over their shoulder and I said, that'd be a good bet, that'd be a good bet, that'd be a good bet. And they sat and placed some bets for a while, and lo and behold, over a very short space of time, exactly the same thing happened to them. So if we flick to the screen now, you can see on screen here, we've got Bet365 account. They obviously want to remain anonymous, so we'll allow that. But if they go to the top tab there and go for messages, just to prove that when the account was open, the period of time that it was open for, you'll see the welcome note there is on the 7th of the 1st, 2020. And so it's welcome to Bet365 and for opening an account, yada yada. And if we close that down, the next thing we'll look at, obviously you'll notice that the balance is at £0. Go to history, because it's at £0 because we've withdrawn the money from the account because it's been restricted to bets of about £1.60, I think it was. So for the period from the 1st, obviously the account wasn't open until the 7th, the 1st of January to the 12th of January, so it's less than a week. And you can see what's happened here. So win and loss, this account has won £716.88. It has turned over the stakes that went into the account many times to the tune of £2,769, with obviously with that £700 profit on top. and you can see that the deposits were £20. So we opened this account, they deposited £20, they placed the bets, with me saying to them, oh, that would be a good bet. They made £716.88. They've been restricted and now they've withdrawn that money. Obviously, we'll give it a little bit of time before we publish this video, just in case anybody is getting iffy at the other end. We're holding money, but basically it's exactly the same is what I'm trying to say here. It's not because of my name, it's because of the betting behaviour. So that confirms exactly how Bet365 operate, and so you see these huge profits on the year. Bet365 is one that's very public recently, and they're paying themselves. And the reality is, if you use Bet365, you're never going to win, much more than 700 quid, because they're going to send you off out the back door. They're going to sort of read you your rights, allow you to have £1 bets, versus all these horrible stories which miraculously they don't seem to be able to identify people with a gambling problem, and they allow them to carry on betting for a substantial amount of time on larger stakes over and over, chasing results, all those terrible negative things, which I'm sure will be expressed in the algorithms and data as well, because if they can identify a winner that quick, surely they can identify a loser as well. It's the same thing, just the other way around. But unfortunately they don't. So that is the state of bookmaking in 2020, and that is how bookmakers online make their money.